Hi and welcome, I'm Lee, and this is day 4 of my third attempt getting through the adventure book Greenblood. Previously, we were inside the inn, and they asked us what we were doing in the village of Burg. So we had two choices. We could be honest and admit we were looking for the Tree of Knowledge, or we could lie and say we were a scout from far, far away. 11 of you voted, and it was 5 to 6, with 6 of you going in favour of lying. So, is honesty the best policy, or is it best not to tell them the truth and see what happens? So, we're going to lie to them, and we turn to 154. Then tell your masters that Burg is a broken-down little hamlet, soon to be swamped by the forest. Go and tell them there is nothing for them here. The man in black steps forward. You can see a hatchet-shaped face inside the cowl of his robe and a pointed black goatee beard. He is flanked by 2 who are by the fire. We don't take to foreigners. You'd better leave Burg before we set the dogs on you. It seems they think you're a spy, sent out to find rich towns to pillage and despoil. You decide to leave while you can still walk. Turn to 117. It is a cold and blustery night. You look for another inn, but there is none. The houses are shuttered and the doors are barred. You try knocking, but all your attempts at seeking entry are ignored. The inhabitants really don't like strangers here. A woman shouts from a top window. You had best get outside the gates before they turn the dogs loose in the streets. As she speaks, you hear the baying of a pack of dogs from near the gate. You walk quickly through. The dog handlers seem to be sizing you up as quarry as they shut the gate behind you. You pass a cold, damp night outside the town, awakening stiff and soaked through in morning. You are only too glad to leave Burg behind you. Turn to 210. So, lying is bad, children. Don't lie. So, 210. So, we've had this each time, so this is once we start leaving Burg. After leaving Burg by the waterside gate, you walk north along a path next to the bank of the Burg stream. The river valley has quite steep sides, and you can see little of the land that surrounds you. Ahead you see the vast leafy canopy that stretches to the far horizon like a green sea fading to blue in the distance. The air is good here, fresh and clean, laden only with the perfume of wild flowers. A lone figure in grey walks ahead. You increase your pace to catch up. After half an hour's hard walking, you seem to be no nearer the figure. You break into a jog, but even this seems to bring you no closer to the slender woman dressed in grey. You ponder the strange fact that even though she seems only to be walking, you cannot seem to come any closer to her. At last you reach the crest of a rise to find she has vanished, but now you can see the trunks of the trees at the edge of the Forest of Arden. As you enter the forest, you are surprised by how much colour there is. Blossoming trees, fungus mounds in bright hues, flowering creepers, and giant butterflies are lit up by the dappled sunshine that trickles through the gaps in the leafy canopy. It is noisy too. The forest is alive with insects, birds, and small mammals. The path strays close to the river, almost doubling back on itself where the Burg stream bends tortuously until at last you hear the roar of the great Syrian river as it washes through the forest ahead. Pressing on, you come to a ford over the Burg stream. So we have done both options, so we do know roughly what happens if we go either way, so both are suitable for us to really go for. If you wish to cross the ford and follow the bank of the Syrian river to the west, turn to 77. If you prefer to remain on this side of the Burg stream and turn east when you meet the Syrian, turn to 96. Not long after both directions did we die. So hopefully we have learnt why we died and we can avoid it. One of the reasons we died was we got lost, cut some trees, and trees don't like being cut. Another was we got attacked by a monster and we couldn't defend ourselves. Because we are a duellist, we do know how to use a sword, so that is an option where we might get hurt, I don't know, but at least we won't instantly die. But I hope to go a bit further than those two choices rather than die. But get voting and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Thanks very much.